Okay, so I'm gonna bitch about video games for a second. I am playing on a private server called Solo Craft, which allows you to have bot party members, even in raids, so that you can have, like, a classic experience, like, just on a solo, like, level. And it's really neat, and it's really cool. And honestly, the server, like, mostly doesn't seem like it has any bugs or anything. Like, I've seen minor things that are issues with, like, normal WoW sometimes. So, like, whatever. But the bitching part is that the amount of people, like, I get, if this is your jam, I'm not trying to talk down to you or something, you're allowed to enjoy whatever you like in a video game, but from, like, I don't know, from a, like, normal consumer level, or, like, normal, I don't even want to say consumer, that sounds bad. A normal, like, enjoyer of games that just doesn't want my time wasted. I understand the immersion of why things are like this sometimes, but, like, I have to show you, like, okay, you can see my cursor. So, I had a quest that told me to, like, go do a thing over here. And then I finished that quest, and it gets turned in over here. And I turn in that quest. And then it has me come back over here for something else. And then I do that. And then I come back over here. And then I go back over there. And then I come back over here. Why couldn't you give me 3 quests that are like, do these 3 things? Which is what modern WoW does now. Instead of wasting my time going back and forth, like, every fucking 5 minutes. And then I'm, like, just doing the same path arbitrarily for, like, 4 hours. If you don't like retail, that's fine. But, like, I have been there since original vanilla, and I don't miss a lot of this shit. I understand why it's there, and I'm having fun with this, like, to a degree, when I don't have to do this back and forth shit. But, like, now, currently, I have another fucking quest that I am in Stormwind, and I had to, it has to do with, like, the Defias quest when you're done with Westfall. You come here, and you, like, you give something to, a dude over here, and then that dude's like, go talk to the Spy Master, Matthias Saul. So you come over here to Old Town, and you fucking turn that in. And then he tells you that he needs you to talk to a guy that's, like, has testimony on another guy who's in the stockades. And, like, currently, like, lore-wise, there's a riot going on in the stockades. So then you have to go to the stockades. And you have to kill this one dude. And back at this point, the stockades was like a mini dungeon, but not like really a dungeon, because a lot of old, like way back before the Burning Crusade and stuff, like some of the God, what are they called? God, what are they called? The ease of access shit that they put in later that just, like, made the game flow better. Like, a lot of these old dungeons, they would have bosses drop green items that were named, and then drop blue items that are named. And the blue items are way better, and that makes sense. Like, I get that. I get everybody nowadays is like, oh, you get purples every 5 seconds. There's an epic once you get to max level. And you just do it over and over again. And I get it, but it's an easy way to design the game, and, like, most games follow suit with that at this point. I get it. It's not a perfect solution. There could be better options. I don't know off the top of my head what the better option is, but I don't have a huge issue with it. I get that it used to feel more important. But so, like, you'd have bosses that would sometimes not even drop an actual usable piece of gear for anyone in the group, and it was just aggravating, because it's like, why did we just waste all that time to get literally nothing? And I pay month to month for this fucking game? Okay, but anyways, so Stockades doesn't even have that. 90% of the characters that you could consider bosses that are, like, stronger, might have an extra ability or whatever, don't drop anything. Like, their notable loot is like a piece of meat that is common or something. So you kill that guy after going from here to here to here, and then, if I remember right, you bring that guy's head back over to Shaw, and Shaw's like, you should go talk to this gnome spy guy, and you come over here, and then you have to, like, he sends you, the guy here sends you to get, like, 2 pieces of silk, which I happen to already have, and then you have to come outside of Stormwind. I'm right here. You have to come out of Stormwind. And at this point, you don't get mounts till 40. You don't get your basic mount till 40. And most people were still walking at 60 because of, like, the price of shit. Now you get them at, like, level 10 on retail, which I feels weird, but I don't care anymore. But you come here into this little house, and you get 2 apples, because he basically wants to put boobies on the robot, and I don't know how silk and apples are magically gonna make, like, a harvesting robot look like a human, but then it looks like a human, so I guess the gnome also has some fucking magic. And you you give him the apples. He makes the booby robot, who magically gets like I don't know, like 4 feet taller too. And then the booby robot goes in here and talks to this dude, and then that dude, apparently we have to spy on and kill him and his like co-conspirator or whatever. And so they come here, and then he walks out and he's like, guards, leave me. And then he talks to the dude, and you gotta kill both of the dudes. And then after you kill that dude, I don't remember if you have to like get his head, or it's just like, oh, you killed them and this guy saw you kill them, so that's quest credit. But then you had to go back to Matthias Saw. I'm sorry, in between all of this. Let me start over. You go here, then you go here. Then it sends you to this cheese vendor guy who either is a spy or used to be a spy. Then he sends you here to kill the other guy. Then you go back to Matthias. Then Matthias tells you to go to this guy. Then that guy, like, either that guy or Matthias sends you back over here. And then you gotta go talk to the fucking gnome guy. And then you do that. And then you turn into him. And then you get sent to the cheese guy again. And the cheese guy, I think, told me to go talk to fucking the Barris guy, the other guy that's over here. And that guy, and this is, mind you, these are all separate quests. Going to each of these people is separate quests. Where in WoW, now you could have, like, objectives, where the objective can change on the fly. So you could have just had, like, go visit this guy, and then go visit this guy, and then go visit this guy. But it's all separate quests. And then, I think this guy just told me, either he just told, yeah, it was him. Because Matthias told me to go talk to him one other time, and then that guy was like, no, you gotta go talk to Onyxia, spoilers, Deathwing's daughter. And then, I don't know what happens, because, like, I'm going up there right now. I don't know, man. This is fucking ridiculous. And I think this is the end of the quest, because I get a ring from it. And that's, like, significant, because I'm getting a quest item. But it's like, this evil bitch, who nobody knows is evil, is gonna give me this ring, and be like, oh, yeah, good job. Even though, like, I think, technically, it was... Yeah, they explained recently, if it wasn't already explained at some point in Classic, in retail, recently, we just got the human heritage armor, and the quest does a bunch of callbacks to Lady Katrina Prestor, and Onyxia, and Nefarian, and Deathwing, and how she orchestrated, like, basically making all the Defias people more ornery, so that they would, like... Or, no. She orchestrated the nobles in Stormwind being extra douchey. I think she, like, convinced nobles. She's like, oh, why do we have to pay the stonemasons, even though they built this whole fucking city? I went off on a tangent when I just wanted to bitch about how vanilla classic WoW quest structure is not great. And though part of it makes sense on an immersion level, is it worth damaging your enjoyment and your time just for immersion when there are other games that can do immersion better and not waste your time? Okay, bye-bye. I'll snip this to the end of the other one in a minute, but also, if you got any qualms with me fucking using my phone, you can eat a dick, because I have a shitty laptop right now, and because Blizzard refuses to put fucking WoW on a console, this is what I gotta deal with, so just eat a dick.